good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are and whenever you're listening to this. I just want to take a moment and to thank you and to really invite you to, if you're watching a replay, which you probably do at this point of time, to share where you're tuning in from. What are you excited about today? So share with me, do a hashtag replay and share with me what is exciting for you today. We want to bring some sparkles, some awesome moments into this life and share a little bit inspiration and encouragement with each other. What's exciting for me? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go live in one of my groups today. I have an amazing announcement. If you're not in our digital launch bootcamp group, get your booty on there because I have an incredible announcement. So that's digital launch bootcamp group, and I think 12 p.m. So in about an hour, I'm going to go with an incredible announcement there in the group, which I just found out this morning. So it's really, really cool for me to share this and to invite my audience to be a part of this incredible thing. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into today's topic, which is connected with yesterday's topic when we talked about productivity hacks and how to be more productive. We always want to be more aware about where are we spending our time, how can we hack time, and all this good stuff. So today this is an acronym that I have been using throughout this week. So MAP on is an acronym. So M stands for mission, which we talked about on Monday. A stands for action. P stands for productivity. O stands for obstacles and turning off those distractions. So O stands for obstacles. So one of the things that I really want you to be aware of is what are potential obstacles and distractions in my life and business that can take me away from my goal. So this weekly theme was how to get yourself out of the funk, that when you feel like I'm stuck, I can't move forward, I can't progress in my business or in my life. So this is like a theme for this week, how to get yourself out of the funk. If you have ever been in oh my God, I don't know what's my next step, this is for you. So the first step is really to identify, to be aware of your obstacles, to be aware of your distractions. So for me, once I got fully aware and fully accepting the fact that not just me having a daughter who has ADHD, once she got diagnosed, I took a leap, and once I got the approval, the approval that I also have ADHD, that was a huge blessing for me, because then I actually got to realize, oh, so yes, I am distracted by nature, and also the fact that I have a daughter who deals with strong emotions. We have an emotional battles every single day in our house, and that takes a lot of energy. And that's why, to preserve and to persevere, I have to have a very strong mindset. I have to, typically I'm very high vibe. I say what I think. I am very this is what you see, this is what you get. And when it comes to confronting with my daughter who has equally strong emotions, that just doesn't work. So actually identifying that this is an obstacle, where sometimes when I want to do something, and if she's at home, we're just gonna clash, and she will distract me and I'm gonna distract her. So we made an agreement that every time we have a productive work, that's 25 minutes. If you haven't listened to me yesterday, go back to that. So we talked about the productivity hack. So I love to use Pomodoro. So every time I have my clock on, and when I work in 25-minute sessions, she wouldn't disturb me. No matter what it is, like, so those 25 minutes of focused work, and I work 25 minutes in one session, and then I would have a 5-minute break, and then we can discuss something. Of course, it's not ideal because, telling your 13-year-old a teenager that, you can't bother me now, especially a kid who has ADHD, is just not ideal. But we kind of manage to control our emotions and what's coming up. And for the most of the times, like, when we deal this situation after, not in effect, most of the time we handle this really, really effortlessly. So that's one of my biggest obstacles, and I'm aware of it. So once you're aware, you can actually know what to do next. So be really aware. And I'm not saying that this is an obstacle. It can also be a gift. For me, I know that because with other disabilities that I have, ADHD is actually a gift, because I get to be so high vibe in spite of that. I have, other things that are not functioning as they should. So being aware of that obstacle or a gift, that's like huge, because then you know what you can do, and then you know that, what, I need to adjust the way I work. So turning off distractions when you are working, doesn't matter if you have an ADHD or ADD, it's so helpful. So I want to go deep into that, because I don't know about you, but probably you have a smartphone. For me, turning off all notifications, I swear to you, I don't have any notifications on my phone, because my brain would go crazy. So for all of you that still have notifications on for Facebook, not even those pop-up icons on your iPhone, because I know how it is. I see my daughter, I don't use iPhone, I use Samsung. But I see how crazy she gets when she sees ones and twos and hundreds, the numbers on the app icon. That's just so distracting, because she feels that she's missing out. So I want to invite you to turn off all of notifications. If you're using your phone for business, be mindful about usage of your phone. I use it for my business too, but I'm really mindful about how much time I spend on random notifications, which I don't have. I only use my phone as a, of the phone, and I have only notifications when someone calls me or when I get a text. That's the only notifications that I have. And I would like really train myself. This was a hard work and discipline. I go inside my social media when I have so-called fun work time, right? This is fun. Social media engagement, social media interaction is fun work time for me. And I want to earn that fun work. So yesterday I talked about Eat That Frog from Brian Tracy. So once I get to a place where I managed and ate that frog first thing in the morning, because you have the most energy and you should deal with the hardest and most obnoxious thing first thing in the morning. Once I did these 3 things that I have on my activity list, I would have fun. So if I do this work at 1 o'clock, then I still have 2 to 3 hours to spend time on social media. Of course, I do. So, to disclaimer, of course, when I have a follow-up day or a follow-up week, when we are in launch mode or something, I would spend majority of my time following up with people. And even if when I don't manage my groups anymore in such an extent, because we have community managers, but I would go and welcome new people who are joining my free groups. So I would personally welcome them. I do that for for my paid members, but for free groups we have like welcome threads, and I don't go personally, but I did that before. So I would go into their messenger and message them. But when it comes to messenger and following up, building that relationship and report, I would actually designate that time as an activity, as a primary activity. That's income producing activity. We talked about this yesterday. So don't feel that if you're messaging someone that this is a distraction. This is not a social media distraction. This is your income producing activity. So have a scheduled time in your calendar to do that. If it's not in your diary, if it's not in your notebook, it's not going to happen. So I would strongly recommend you to really think about distractions, to turn off all of the notifications. And once you have that time, maybe you want to engage with people on your post. So sometimes I would get this kick of inspiration. I would have this live, and I would get, oh my God, so this was really cool. I got an insight. I really want to invite you, when you're watching this live or on a replay, tell me, what is your biggest distraction? I really want to know. So let me know in the comments, what is your biggest distraction? I asked this in one of my groups yesterday, and we got like such a blend of answers. So I really want to know from you. One which was really, really fun and really insightful for me was like, sleep is my distraction because I love to sleep. That was one of our members. She said that. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. If you love to sleep and distraction is your sleep, and you're considering the sleep as a distraction, so think about this. Your body probably reacts in a way that you need that sleep, and give yourself a grace. If you need to sleep and if you feel that you love sleeping, how can this be a part of a fun work for you? Because sleeping is working. I don't, you have to be aware that that's like 8 hours per day. We work and we also want to sleep 8 hours per day. So that's equally like working time, because resting is sometimes the most work happens when you sleep. You grow. When they say, I don't know if you heard the saying, but babies grow when they sleep. And that's like with us too. We grow when we rejuvenate. Our cells actually rejuvenate and grow when we sleep. So if your body feels that you need to sleep, so yeah, just say to yourself, today I'm going to do these 3 tasks, and I'm going to go and take a nap. Do it. Like, don't spend time on social media. If that's a sleep, so use that time as a fun work time. Hopefully that makes sense. So let me know in the comment, what is your distraction? I would love to know. So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about today. So obstacles, what are your obstacles? What do you feel that is something that is just like, oh my God, so this is my not excuse, but actually an obstacle that you're aware of, and how can you use this positively, and how can you create some structure and processes and routine around that obstacle? Maybe you also like feel that obstacle is whoever, your partner, your whoever. Like, just write it down and think of a way, creative way, how can you work around that obstacle? So I want to know also, what do you feel that is your obstacle? What is actually preventing you? Where are you stuck right now? What is preventing you? I had this beautiful call yesterday with one of our coaching programs, and there was a guy who shared an obstacle that is really bugging him in his life, and that's like how her wife's boss treats his wife, and he was very sad and very felt so much in pain because of that, and what can he do? And he felt stuck because he can't help his wife, and that was obviously an obstacle. So we worked around a little bit of how can he support her in what she wants. not what he wants, but what she wants, and how this obstacle can become also a source of inspiration for solution, you know. Because obviously this is a problem that's affecting him and not so much her, and how he can actually be active in finding a solution that will fit and help both partners. Because at the end of the day, you know, guys, most of the obstacles that we are dealing with will involve other people, because life and business is all about relationships, and most of the obstacles that we are dealing, like on a deeper level, comes from the fact that we haven't built a right relationship, that we are not going to, you know, deep with our relationships. And this is such a great theme and such a enlightening moment for me when I started to think about how do I want to build relationship with, you know, not just with my inner circle, my home, but also with my clients on a deeper level. This is, I didn't have an intention to share this, but how can I actually create this deeper relationship with my clients? And I had a huge revelation last week and this week, and it's just like such a relief to actually think that, you know, having this mission and having a privilege to work one-on-one and to work on a deeper level with my clients gives me so much satisfaction, and it feels like so inspiring and so exciting. I'm so excited about the future. I'm so excited about everything that is just unfolding, because sometimes, you know, guys, when you feel I'm just stuck, what's happening, you know, I can't put the finger on it. You know, something is bugging me. Something is holding me back. Something is preventing me to step into my greatness. That's the time when you really need to be still and really reflect and really go inward. What's actually going on there? What is it that is happening? It's not external thing. It's not like it's very, very deep. It probably involves your deeper connection with your inner self. Yeah. Deeper connection with your inner, yeah, deeper connection with yourself. Go inward when you feel that you're stuck, when you feel that something, I always say, like, if it's not fun, don't do it, you know. And in the middle of so I'm gonna reveal now, in the middle of our last launch, so which is still like ongoing, I had this revelation that, you know, screw that. Hi, buddy. Screw that. I don't want to do this in this way. I don't want to do my launch in a way that doesn't feel authentic and fun for me. Even though I teach launches, I teach launch strategies. I all about launching. Like, I love launching. I just didn't feel that the way that we are launching my signature program is aligned with my newer version of myself. So in the middle, I just unplugged. I just took the cord out, and I said, you know what? It's done. It's, you know, it's time to pivot. It's time to change. It's time to get rid of that obstacle. And that obstacle was actually, I would think, externally on obstacle was that I lost access to my Facebook page. One of my team members was sick with COVID, and all this thing. I was thinking this is an obstacle. Once I actually realized that is deeper, that is within me, and the obstacle was actually that I didn't felt aligned as a person in who I grew as a person last couple of months. Like, it was insane. I did so much spiritual work, emotional work, and so much, you know, I always work on my mindset, but it was like, oh my freaking God, this is the future, and now it's unfolding. So yesterday I posted also a quote, what if I fall, and oh my darling, what if you fly? This is my favorite quote by Erin Hansen, and for the longest time I had this, I needed to remind myself of this quote, because for the longest time um, I had this belief that there is no failure. You don't fail, you just learn. And I was thinking, I was stuck in a thinking where, what if I don't pursue this path? What if I don't? Okay, I have my nice candles. Now, what if I don't do this in a certain way? I will be judged. And this is something that I really like unapologetically teach my students. Don't obsess on what other people can say. But yet I was stuck in that. What will they say if I cut the cord? What will people think about me? How will this look like on external? Where it doesn't matter. It really matters what I think and what I feel. And when I come from that place of authenticity and what truly matters to me, I can serve on a higher level. And this high level is about to embark. So yes, it's still in exploration. It's still in invention, but I am so excited because when you feel those chills, it's game time. You feel these chills that you are about to cross the finish line, and you're so excited. You have so much adrenaline. This is how I feel right now, and it's just getting to that flow, getting into that state. It took a lot of a lot of self-doubt talk. you know my ego reminded me, like, you worked so hard on this. Don't what will people think about you? Don't let down your people. All this good stuff were coming, but at the end, I connected with my inner self, and I found my badass and my Buddha. And that badass and the Buddha told me that you are okay. Just go with the flow and what you feel is right. So I'm really, really excited. So this obstacle was actually in form of obstacle that I felt what other people will tell me, what other people will feel or think about me. And this is just an obstacle. And you need to overcome that obstacle. You need to overcome that challenge. So how you work with that is, more you work on that thing that you matter. Yes, we all want to serve, but remember that you can't serve in your best way if you are not serving from a place of love. And the only place of love is the place where you unapologetically love yourself. If you're thinking about how can you actually, you can't love other people if you don't start with loving yourself. And if you love yourself, you would never jeopardize your own happiness to please other people. Never. If you love yourself, you will go with what is true to you, not what, you know, that's why I always talk about happy place, which is literally like what you want and what you love doing, what people are seeing in you, that is your genius. And the third thing is what markets want. So once you are aligned, once you combine all these three things, you have a recipe for success. And success comes from love. So yeah, I went on a tangent right here, but yeah, I wanted to share, not intentionally, but what's actually like, how is it when you deal with an obstacle that is external, and that you shouldn't have control over it. It's just, you can't control what other people will say, and you shouldn't control what other people say. The only thing what matters is when you reflect back, and with your best version will tell your version now. Because tomorrow when you wake up, you're a better version of yourself that you were today. And what will that version tomorrow tell your version today? So for me, when I woke up with this revelation of, D, it's okay. You got this. I told to my version of yesterday, you know what? It's okay. Be so proud of yourself that you actually went and listened to your heart. Because if it's not fun, don't do it, you guys. Don't do it, you guys. So, obstacles and distractions was today a little longer live, but I really want you to assess what is one thing that is preventing you, holding you back from your success. How can you work around that? How can you actually make a strategy or a structure or process that's going to help you move forward in your life and in your business? And the second thing is actually turn off all of distractions. Listen to me, guys, because we now more than ever in this day and age, we are bombarded with information. And information per se don't give you any satisfaction because you're just like, you're filling your cup with information, but they need to go out. And once you turn off those distractions and you take what you already have and work deep and you work focused, you can get so much done. And then when you get shit done, you can actually have fun. That's my motto. You can have fun. You should have fun. But first, like, get to work and then it's fun. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for listening to me today. Almost 30 minutes. Drop in the comment, where are you tuning in from? What are you excited about? And most of all, what are your distractions? Okay, love you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.